segment of the program, we are going to actually hear from Jeff White. We had a little chat a couple days ago about WRMI acquiring the Okeechobee site. And then from that interview, we'll flow a cornucopia of shortwave. So how does it feel to be the owner of the Okeechobee site, a major shortwave transmission facility?
Well, it's only just starting to sink in. It's a big jump up from our Miami transmitter site, which was only one transmitter and basically one antenna. And now we got 14 transmitters and 23 antennas. A much larger area, 1 square mile farm in a 16,000 square foot building. So there's places and things I haven't even seen there yet.
What are some of the plans that you have for the facility and for WRMI in general?
Well, this all came up, sort of suddenly. There was no long-range plan, and we're kind of making it up as we go. But basically, with so many transmitters and antennas, instead of broadcasting mainly to Latin America and Caribbean as we did before, now we have the possibility of really getting all of the Americas, Europe, Africa, and many other parts of the world. So it opens many more possibilities in terms of potential clients. The signal is also much stronger, more power, better antennas, and so we have been able to pick up quite a few additional clients already in the last few months since we started broadcasting from Okeechobee. You might know that Radio Taiwan International is to use the Okeechobee relay. They had an exchange agreement with WRMI, and now we have them back on the WRMI facility, now WRMI, with a daily program in Spanish going to Central America. Beginning March 30th this year, we'll have Radio Japan on for half an hour a night, also in Spanish to Central America. So there are organizations, brokers working with us as well to find other clients. There's just a lot of possibilities there. Now we have a chance to really commercialize things much more than we did in Miami. We'll see what happens.
It's happening at an interesting moment. Shortwave facilities are going dark all over the world. Sackville, close to Condox, now is being turned down. Why are you going while others are closing?
Well, in the Western Hemisphere, you mentioned Sackville has closed down recently. TDF in French Guiana also closed down. Christian Vision in Chile closed down. ACJV closed down in Ecuador. We had Radio Exterior España closed its relay in Costa Rica. And who else am I missing? There have been so many, all of the Radio Netherlands in Bonaire, of course, closed down as well. So, if someone is looking to broadcast from a large facility to the Americas as a relay, there are not that many possibilities left now. And so that may be why we're going, because we're what's left.
So tell me, do you have your eye on Sackville now before the towers come down?
Actually, that had been listened to us a long time ago. It was tempting. One of the few inquiries, but there were other sites that we had thought about as well. This one, though, is just much more interesting because of its close proximity to Miami. It was much more accessible to us. It just made a lot more sense, I don't know that we'll be going looking for any further away. We got more than we can handle now.
Right. Well, thanks, Jeff. Is there anything you want to say that I didn't get to?
Just that we invite shortwave listeners and DXers to come visit. I was looking at the guest book there the other day, and which, goes back 15 years or so ago, and I saw a lot of names, several names that I recognized with shortwave listeners and DXers that have visited the site over the years, and we invite people to stop by and take a tour anytime.
Great. Thanks. Well, maybe you should open a DXers retirement home down there.
Well, maybe that's a bad idea.
ways. Luddite or keeper of the faith? Who can say? Not for him that wide world web offers satellite smorgasbord. Bittersweet winter nights you'll find him, well and away from the city's merciless hum, mid-darkened field, down, or top some chalk sea cliff, fishing the sky. His word and wheel, a portable Texan. Bundled against the cold, he slides the slider, rolls the dial, waves the telescoped antenna like a wand. If you ask, and even if you don't, he'll gladly tell you about cycles per second, sun-charged ions. Imagine a billiard ball bouncing back and forth off the banks. From beyond Earth's curve, a call sign's Morse code. German, Greek, Mandarin, or is it Korean? Some nights he swears he's eavesdropping on MI5. Here and now, it's all Indian radio. Radha Mangeshkar, her syllabled soprano tracing a carved shikara against blown cloud. Space bending her notes like Hendrix's drywall. What he likes best? Those whistles, pops, static buzz. Strange, unadorned music of the spheres.
Die Radios üblich selteneren Verhören werden aus dem zentralen Bereich der Europa beinhalten für diese musikalische Pause. Die Nachrichten werden 3 Minuten fortsetzen. Stehen.
I'm Rich D'Angelo, and I first encountered shortwave listening by accident. I was looking for something to do, and I was rummaging through the basement, and I discovered my brother's old Holocrafters S85 and turned it on. It happened to be connected to an antenna, and me and 2 of my friends just kind of started tuning around and just developed an interest in all things radio. I still to this day remember our first real score in the shortwave world. We heard a boat out in the Atlantic that was having some engine problems. It was a fishing boat. And we called the story into the New York Daily News. And they sent us a check for $1. And I remember going to the bank. There's 2 14-year-old kids going to the bank to cash the check. I still remember the teller looking us in the eye and saying, "How would you like that?" And we said quarters, please. We had to split it.
Więcej muzyki, aby cieszyć się duszą. Kolejny kawałek artystki w naszym programie. Ta piosenka nazywa się Miłość jest wieczna.
I'm Karen Schenfeld, and I'm a poet who lives here in Toronto. Actually, I had a shortwave story from in the middle of the Sahara Desert. I was in a oasis town in Algeria. I was with family there, And the guy had a shortwave radio, his father in the family, and he really loved listening at night, actually, to Radio Canada, because in Algeria they speak French. And he was very well versed in Canadian politics because he could listen to the shortwave radio. And it was really surreal to be in the middle of the Sahara Desert and listening to Radio Canada and hearing stuff about Canada, French Canadian music, and it was cool. It actually broke my heart when Stephen Harper cut the funding to Radio Canada. I thought that was a big mistake.
In the shortwave was once I went to San Diego on vacation. I had gone to bar, no? Then I got home at 2 a.m. and I said, reach 5 a.m. I tried to listen to my own station, but everybody arrived from other countries that they tuned Radio Tarma, and the owner, let's try. Then I took the regular radio. The antenna wasn't too long, the normal antenna, and I listened. My own station was very emotional for me. For 25 minutes more or less, from 5:05 to 5:30 Peruvian time. So very, very emotional for me to listen to my own station. 5,000 kilometers or more.
Afrika waaruit zijn en die 31 meter band. Ons kan ook horen en die 41 en 75 meter banden en Ryan om aan te starten op de beste van die 3 frequenties. Ons sluit nou weer aan bij ons normale programma.
And we're back live at the Shortwave Shindig. Hi everybody from everywhere, is that how that goes? One thing that's great about the fest is that it really has become like a family reunion, and that's why we like to come every year. I think all of us gather together. Now we're going to do a brief section of the program before I bring on our resident archivist, Thomas Witherspoon. We're going to do communicados, which are these the domestic stations in Peru, Bolivia. The stations actually, they act as like a telephone and a message passing service, and people will, Juan, meet me at the pass, I have a burn to tell you. Things like that. So now we have our own communicados. We're going to first give a shout out to John Fisher, BADXer from fellow listeners in Boston and Montreal, and all the rest of us saying we wish you could be here, and hope we'll see you next year. We're also going to shout out to Marianne Kehoe and Ron Cesar. Sorry we all miss you this year. To Kim Young from Bloomsburg, I hope you remember to turn off the water. Love, Jeff. And for our final message, 1-2-3-4-888-876765, signed, Fidel.